I got some perfume samples, and these are some very highly talked about scents that I'm pretty sure you're gonna wanna hear about because, oh, I got some thoughts. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. These are Maria here. Yes, we're doing a fragrances I'm currently sampling video. I know y'all love these type of videos. I know I do. This is when I get some samples in and I talk about them. Usually I try to do a mix of old and new, but I gotta admit, this time we got some newness in here. We got some hype in here as well, and I'm excited to talk about this. So let's go on and get into it. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm wearing, this is from Maack, and this is My Tweedy. It's from their Powder Kiss line, so it's a peachy nude color. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Details on all the beauty details and all that will be in the description box, as well as all of the fragrances, where to get them, all that. It'll be in the description box below as always. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, and this is one I have really been enjoying this summer. It was #1 for last month, and this right here, you all, is from Jusbox Perfumes, and this is the infamous, the iconic, the hard to get. Yes, I'm giving her all the adjectives today, and this is Jusbox's Carioca Heart. This beautiful, juicy of a cocktail type of fragrance that it is. I am enjoying it, and this is really making me happy for a lot of different reasons. We'll talk about that in another video, but Jusbox's Carioca Heart. Dare I say she might be #1 for summer 2024, but it's still early. It's still early June, so we'll see. Again, Jusbox's Carioca Heart is the fragrance of the day, everyone. So I got these samples in from my friends over at Twisted Lily. You all hear me talk about them all the time. They are my go-to for niche samples in particular, as well as full bottles. So let's talk about it. The first sample that I got, because we got 4, y'all. I have heard so much buzz about this scent, and I'm like, it can't be that good. In particular, I was like, normally y'all get mad at this house for some reason, but everybody's loving this particular fragrance. So I'm like, okay, this gotta be good. This is from Mancera, y'all, the house of Mancera, and this is Amore Cafe. Yes, Amore Cafe. I want to say it came out either early this year or late last year, but either way, it's a new release. It's what it is. So Amore Cafe, when I see the name, I already know it's gonna be a coffee scent. I am an avid coffee lover. I grind my own beans in the morning, and I'm old school with the pot type of coffee drinker. That's what I am. So I was already tuned into this scent. So let's talk about it, y'all. We have head notes of black coffee and amaretto liqueur. We have heart notes of vanilla ice cream, and then we have base notes, y'all, of vanilla pods, brown sugar, and gray amber. Those notes are according to Mancera's official website. But most importantly, let me tell you what it gave to me. As always, when it comes to these first impressions, because yes, sampling videos are first impressions videos. These are not dedicated reviews, just for the new people that don't know how to do things. You can only do a first impression with a sample, okay? And I have worn all of these on skin as well as on paper, so you're getting my thoughts and opinions after experiencing them on both mediums. So I always want to give that disclaimer. But back to Mancera's Amore Cafe, y'all. Let me tell y'all what I got. This right here, y'all. The gourmand girlies didn't lie about this one. This is absolutely worth the hype. 100%, y'all. I get amaretto, I get vanilla. But for me too though, I get a syrup in here. So if you go to any type of coffee shop or whatnot, any type of specialty coffee shop, I don't care if it's a chain or a mom and pop, even at home if you're really into it. This smells like those flavored syrups you put in your coffee. Like I personally enjoy a caramel flavored syrup that I like. That is also in this to me. Even though it's not listed as a note, but that's what I get. So amaretto, creamy vanilla, and caramel flavored syrup to me is what I'm getting. This fragrance smells like a craft coffee drink, and I'm so happy because with the name that it is and how it's written up, that's exactly what I wanted. But then with that amaretto in there, it gives a slight touch of booziness. And I also gotta say too, y'all, the coffee in this isn't too loud, it's too pronounced. So if you're a person that really doesn't like coffee in your fragrances, I still think you should try this one, particularly if you're more of a lover of vanilla. For the vanilla girlies, the gourmand girlies, I think you should still try this one. Even if you don't like coffee scents, I think you might be really surprised. This is really good. And I also have to say this because when I say people sometimes kind of have an issue with Mancera, it's because normally they have like a synthetic note in them. It sticks out. It can maybe smell a little metallic-y, synthetic, depending on your nose. However, y'all, this one, Amore Cafe, doesn't have that note to me. This one is definitely one of their newer releases because they have tweaked that. I don't smell it in this scent. And I'm like, whoa. Peak gourmand scent, and this is so sweet. Ooh, this is so sweet. So for that reason, with it being as sweet as it is unisex because it is technically a coffee, boozy coffee scent is what it is. However, the sweetness makes it more feminine to me. So ladies, I think this one is for us. I'm gonna say this right now. It is June when I'm filming this video, but with Amore Cafe, I want it, but not right now because it's like heading to dead of summer. But let me tell you something. As soon as fall rolls around, that's when I'm gonna want this. I'm gonna need, this is absolutely 100% full bottle worthy, completely worth the hype. Yes, so I am absolutely co-signing Amore Cafe from Mancera. I'm super happy I got a sample of this. This is fantastic. So now I gotta nurse this sample for at least 3 months. I do. Yeah, I'm gonna need it though. But that again is Mancera's Amore Cafe. This next one is a new release from a particular house that I find extremely interesting, you all. This is from the house of Andrea Maack, which I've talked about. I've even did an overview of their X-Straight line. And this is in fact the newest X-Straight to come out of their collection. This is their new scent, y'all. This is Jest. That's the name right here. This is what its sample looks like from Andrea Maack. You all know I love Pavilion by them, also in the X-Straight line, but so I'm like, okay, I love Pavilion. Let me see what Jest is going to do. Then when I saw the notes for it, I said, ooh, interesting time of year to release this, but the notes are promising. Y'all, so we have top notes of plum, cardamom, and apple. Heart notes of heliotrope, rum, and chocolate, and then base notes of vanilla, ambroxan, and musk. So I'm gonna tell you right now, as soon as I saw the notes, I said, oh, this sounds like a fall fragrance, period. Completely smell like a fall fragrance, even though it came out in the springtime. I'm like, okay, maybe this is one they're gonna let come out early, and then maybe people get around to it, start to fall in love with it, and then come fall, it turns into a star. So I'm like, we'll see. But anywho, this is not a spring fragrance, at least not American spring. Let me say that, because to be fair, this is a brand out of Iceland, so I get that, you know, seasons can be different depending on your location. But anywho, y'all, let's talk about Jest. As soon as I smelled this fragrance and sprayed it on the skin, 100% y'all, this fragrance smells like spooky season. So just saying this is a fall fragrance is not enough. Specifically, y'all, spooky season. October. October is the month of Halloween, so that's why we call that spooky season here in the United States. This literally smells like going to every haunted house, pumpkin patch. I'm watching all of the 13 Days of Halloween on Freeform. That's what this fragrance smells like. It's all of the spooky season vibes in a bottle. And I'm here for it. I love October. So I'm here for this, y'all. And I say it smells like spooky season because it smells like dark spices with fruits in there too, but dark fruits, so not bright, happy fruits, spicy fruits. And mainly it's because of the plum and the apple. And I definitely get that. And then as this sat on skin, like rum came out a little bit more, so it got even darker in my opinion. And let me say this too, this is a true X-Straight, y'all. Let me tell you right now, this scent is potent. A little bit goes a very long way. And one thing I like about this fragrance too, y'all, is that I can tell that it has the same perfumer that Pavilion has, and I did look it up, that's true. Julien Rasquinet. And let me tell you right now, if you loved Pavilion, you will definitely enjoy Jest, because the DNA is definitely in here, which that's kind of what happens when you have the same perfumer for both fragrances. When I looked that up, I was like, yeah, I smell it, and they are different. Let me say that the notes are different, and y'all, the potency of this fragrance, it's a true X-Straight, because y'all, I sprayed it on, went about my business. I took a shower, washed my hands. I think I even washed some dishes too. I can still smell this fragrance. So projection longevity absolutely will be amazing again in spooky season. So I gotta say, Jest is a yes. And too, the chocolate is very faint in this that they listed. It came out later. It wasn't as upfront. So I also want to mention the chocolate note in here too. So I'm here for that. Jest is a yes. It's a yes, but it's a yes, but not right now, because again, it's June, and again, it smells like spooky season. Spooky season is several months from now. So this is a win, and I'm here for it. And that again is Andrea Maack's Jest. Now this next fragrance, all the gourmand girlies, the vanilla girlies, come to the front, because y'all have been talking about this one ever since it came out. And I'm like, okay, let me see, is it actually good? Let me not just be mad at it because it's another vanilla fragrance, because we gotta have a moment of transparency, y'all. Anytime a new vanilla fragrance comes out, I already know, I'm like, it's gonna be hyped up just because it got vanilla. It ain't even really good, it just got vanilla in it. But let's see, I'm gonna keep an open mind, because that's why we do these sampling videos, you know, to really see if something's good or not. So this next fragrance, y'all, is Vanilla Powder from Matiere Premier. That line, I've seen it many times, but Vanilla Powder, this has been the star, the belle of the ball, the one that everybody says is the one. So I'm like, let's see, is it really good? So it has notes, y'all, of vanilla, absolute Madagascar, and then we have coconut powder, white musk, and Palo Santo. So the notes are actually extremely simple for this fragrance. I'm like, okay, not very complex. So I'm gonna be honest, when I saw it, I said, I think my expectations are very low for these, just reading the notes. But I still tested it, gave it a fair test, you know, let's see. Let me tell you something. I was thoroughly shocked and surprised, and in a very good way. This fragrance exceeded my expectations. This fragrance is actually worth the hype, and I'm gonna tell you why. It is powdery, it's coconut, and yes, it is vanilla, but as you wear it over time, y'all, it gets creamier. And then over time too, the musk became even more pronounced. And I'm talking, I sprayed this when I first got it and let a scent strip sit out overnight, and the next day I could still smell it. It was just as loud. So that's another thing. This is actually a vanilla fragrance that projects and lasts. And I'm like, okay, finally, because vanilla fragrances have a very bad track record with longevity. That's another reason why I can't fully get all the way on board with that whole trend, because they never last. This one though, to be simple, they did their thing with this and I'm very impressed. In my opinion too, I could see vanilla powder being someone's signature scent, and this is just pleasant. Nobody's mad at this. You could wear this to work. You could wear this on a date night. You could wear this to a job interview if you need to. Like, it's just a universally appealing fragrance in a way that will actually last, and you don't have to bathe in it. A little bit goes a very long way. And again, we're talking about samples and first impressions. I've been extremely impressed with the performance of this fragrance. So I'm gonna tell you, vanilla powder, I think 100% is full bottle worthy. And especially for somebody like me that wasn't expecting to like it, I thought it was just another overhyped vanilla like everybody keep doing on TikTok and YouTube. No, worth the hype. Actually worth the hype. I gotta give credit where credit is due. I gotta give it its flowers. The girls got this one right too. This is, again, Matiere Premier's vanilla powder. And the last fragrance I have, y'all, this is one that's an old hyped up fragrance. So that makes it kind of sense, meaning it was hyped up a few years ago. Not so much, but it's still considered a bestseller from my understanding. This is from Goldfield and Banks, y'all. And this is Goldfield and Banks' Pacific Rock Moss. So this is its container for its sample. So it has Australian coastal moss in it. We have lemon, we have sage, we have geranium, and then we have cedarwood in this one. So how they have it written up, it's supposed to be like a marine type of scent, marine citrus type of fragrance. And let me tell you, I 100% agree with that. It smells aquatic. I'm smelling a lot of lemon in this fragrance, y'all. I do smell a little bit of sage, and that woody base is definitely in here. So this is a nice and refreshing fragrance, 100%. I would put it down for a summer scent. This is absolutely a summer scent to me. However, though, this scent profile, though, I already have it in my collection, so it didn't like wow me as much. And in particular, I have two fragrances that it smells like, and I'm gonna share that with you all. It reminds me a lot of my replica Selling Day, which as you see has a huge dent in it. By the way, the head elf and I, we both share this one. He wears it more than me, but this is that marine aqua type of scent too. That's why I have this one. So that's another reason why I don't need Pacific Rock Moss. In fact, both of their juices are the same color, just to further add to that comparison to me. And then I also have this one I talked about, my Sous Pont Mirabeau right here. Now this one is very potent, a little bit more peppery, but it's still in that marine aquatic type of vibe. So again, because of the fact I have both of these, I don't need Pacific Rock Moss, and it doesn't stand out to me as being super unique. So it's good, but I don't need it. So for that reason, Pacific Rock Moss is a no. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this edition of fragrances I'm currently sampling. As you can see, the fragrances that have been hyped up that I did sample in this video were actually worth the hype. They were. I am impressed. In particular, they're in the gourmand category. So hey, it works out. Again, I don't dislike the gourmands. I just want my vanillas to really come with it. Y'all know this. And that happened today. Amore Cafe, let me tell you, hands down, is my #1 favorite. I would say my second favorite, I don't know. It's not a second favorite because Jest and vanilla powder are completely different. They serve two different purposes. It's not really fair to compare the two. They're in completely different lanes. But alas, you all know the ones I like. Amore Cafe is #1 for sure. And I definitely want Jest in the fall for spooky season. Vanilla powder, I would get a bottle of that right now just because, again, it's like a signature scent to me. Very powdery, creamy vanilla coconut that nobody's mad at. I'm here for it. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this video, and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, everyone.